Hey everyone, welcome to another plum crazy adventure at Pop Century Resort. We're so excited to be staying here and showing you these rooms and a little bit of the resort. And you know what? Instead of me talking about what I'm going to do, how about I just show you? So straight ahead is the main entrance for the Pop Century Resort. If you're going to be taking a Magical Express, they are going to drop you right underneath of that portico, and that is where you're going to go in, do any check-in if you have not done the online mobile check-in, and that's also where you're going to get picked up if you use the Magic Express and you're taking the Magic Express back to the airport, which we will be doing tomorrow. Now, as you can see here, that's the entrance right there. So I really like how they've done the different styles of the numbers, which I'll show you that as well in a little bit inside the lobby. And then I'm in the parking lot right now, but right where that bus is an entrance for Classic Hall. And then on over, all of those pops that you see through the trees is where you're going to get picked up by the buses to go to wherever it is on property you want to go, whether it's Magic Kingdom or Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Disney Springs, Animal Kingdom, Blizzard Beach. All of those can be reached right from there. Classic golf cart alert. This thing is pretty cool, not gonna lie. I would totally drive that around. Somehow I think I would get ran over in Pittsburgh though. So very briefly, right over there is going to be your check-in concierge area. This is a chill place to relax. And most importantly, check out all of the decades that are being represented. Straight ahead is everything pop, shopping and dining. Who's ready to go shopping? very tempted to get that. Really like that. And of course, our favorite car.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to get one of those. Pin trading is definitely a thing here. And you tell me. I am in love with a suitcase set. I might have to get it our next trip. Scott convinced me to get this one on the last one. And magic bands are still very much a thing. Really liking the Olaf Frozen one. To get a couple of these for my desk as inspiration. As soon as you come out of Classic Hall, you're going to see Petals, which is the bar and quick service area for the Hippy Dippy Pool, which is shaped like a flower. Right over there is the 60s building, and that is where we are staying for the evening on the 4th floor. But if you wanted a better idea of how things are situated, check this out. As you can see, this is also a 60s building. Okay, so this is the view from our room. I believe this is the Hippy Dippy Pool. We are in the 60s building. It is bright, it is colorful. We are literally steps away from the main building with the concierge and the food court, so I think we did pretty good. And there's our peeping Tom again. He's really happy with this resort. So we are in building 4 on the 4th floor, room number 4. And let's check out the room. Hi, Nick. All right, so the very first thing you're gonna see is the blackout drapes. Let me take my sunglasses off so that I can actually see. Yeah, let's leave those open. And then right here is the little area for your coffee. They do have a little coffee maker that's right there next to my bag. And then they have a mini fridge right there. Little area for some extra stuff. I apologize, Nick is very grumpy with us today. Luggage rack. Over here where Nick and Noah are sitting, that is gonna be their bed, which we will show at another time.
Do you want me to pull it down right now?
Not particularly. A nice size table right there. Also queen size bed. Beautiful Mickey artwork. I'm really liking that actually. I think that's really cool.
And plenty of storage underneath the bed too.
Yes. So if you want to put your suitcases underneath, there's plenty of room to do that. Over here you can see they've got the updated outlets with the USB. You've got a small house phone. A little bit of room over here for your stuff. And then same thing goes on the other side, which is nice because I've noticed a few of the resorts here that don't offer space on both sides of the bed for things. So Scott just pulled out these drawers to kind of show you that there is plenty of storage space in here. And of course, the gotta love the Disney World TV going as soon as you get in. And then there's going to be your safe. There's your Bible. Extra pillows and blankets right there. A little bit of room for some extra stuff. There is a door so that you can request an adjoining room. It's never guaranteed. And then, hey, Right here, that's gonna be your little closet area. So not very big, but definitely will work for a family of 4, which is what this is for. You can see they've got little cabinetry right here. Let's see if they have anything inside of it. Oh yes, the ever important full-size hair dryer. And of course your iron if you choose to iron some of your clothing while you're here. Really like this sink, it's nice and big. Got some space right there, and then you can see here, this is the updated bathroom, which I really am liking this a lot. Liking the color scheme and everything. Oh, this is good to know. You do get the full-size shampoo, conditioner, and body wash here. I was wondering if it was going to be trial size. And then, ooh, look at that overhead. That's going to be nice. Plus the wand. And then, of course, right up there, as you can see, that is your cord, so you can hang out your swim stuff or anything that gets wet from floor showers. And full-size bathtub. Nick's going to enjoy that. It's coming across a little bit dirty, but it's not. It's the shadow. It's a very clean tub. I apologize for that. And then standard toilet. But what I like, again, you got these sliding pocket doors, which are really nice. And you can do the same thing here. Slide that open and shut, which is awesome.
Go ahead and shut that again.
So.
And you have a mirror on the back of that door.
So you do. All right, I think that's gonna conclude our room tour. All right, Noah. He's volunteered to do the bed test.
Hurry up. No, that's Nick.
I said Noah. It's good. Okay, so for those of you that are curious about this pull-down day bed, okay, we moved the chairs out, obviously. Now they're going to demonstrate. It's a sleeping Pluto! And actually, this is a really impressive bed, like full-size mattress and everything. So
Bed test.
that was a much more gentle bed test. That was pretty awesome. So very simple and easy to get this one down. Nothing like Wilderness Lodge, huh, Noah? So awesome. And just outside of Classic Hall, they're playing my favorite movie, Mulan. A lot of resorts do this, but this is actually the first I've seen it this trip, just because it has been very rainy. And that is just outside of Building 5. But before that, there's a Goofy sighting. This is really interesting. Check it out. There's the Goof ready for his photo with the Corvette. And then, of course, in case you didn't know you were in the 60s, your staircase is inside of a giant yo-yo. Okay, it's time to step back into the 70s. I'm looking at Building 6 and Building 10 currently. Building 6 is the one on the right, as we're headed away from Classic Hall. Very cool. As you can see, over on Building 10, which is on the left, gotta love those platform shoes. And I didn't realize it, I'm not a 70s baby, but Big Wheel was very popular in the 70s. Hence why it's here. I don't know about you, but I loved my Big Wheel when I was a kid. And check these guys out, isn't this cool? Larger than life foosball. Or a classic Mickey phone. All right, tell me in the comments, how many of you had the giant Mickey, not a giant Mickey, how many of you had the Mickey phone? I tell you what, if I gave that to my teenagers, they wouldn't have the first clue how to use it. And look how big this thing is. The big wheel is huge. Something else I've stumbled upon in the 70s. Twister! And even better, you can actually play it out here. Oh, I'm so in love with that. Maybe we'll have to stay in the 70s next time we visit. Just in case you wanted some information about the decades that you're walking through, Michael Jackson's Thriller becomes the biggest selling album in history in 1984. And they have them all throughout this pathway around the perimeter of the Pop Century Resort, which I think is really cool. But enough of that. There's Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. They're just hanging out and ready to do a nice photo with you guys. Now, we're coming up on the 80s buildings. I'm actually going to go through them. But the 80s, you go through a Rubik's Cube, which is your staircase. That's different. And I'm looking at building 7 on the right and building 9 on the left. And look, there's the ghosts from Pac-Man. And psych. Interesting. Now they have a lot of foliage and trees and stuff in the middle here, so a little harder to see both buildings on this one. But I see a pool. Not sure if it's open or not. Let's check it out. Yuppies for sure. That's funny. Okay, so this pool is closed, but it is... Forget about the pool though. Check out that laptop over there that is larger than life. That is really interesting. Even more interesting than the laptop. How many of you had a Sony Walkman? Love it. Even better than the Sony Walkman? How about Roger Rabbit? I don't know about you, but this is just making me want to go back to Disneyland and ride the Roger Rabbit Crazy Toon Car ride. Oh, 80s. I miss you. Let's go check out the 90s. So building 8 is the 90s building. It is butted right up against the 80s buildings. And I don't know about you, keeping it real hip hop. I don't know. I feel like we kind of didn't get what we deserved. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in the 80s. But I guess the one thing, at least we get the giant laptop. I'll tell you what, it'd take a long time to type all that on that thing. It is huge. In case you were ever curious, right across the lake over there is Piston Peak, which is the main building of the Cars section of the Art of Animation Resort. We were almost there last night. Astronaut Neil Armstrong steps out of Apollo 11 and walks on the moon. Woodstock Rock Festival opens in upstate New York. Just a few of the things that happened at the end of the 60s. Now, another reason to consider doing a preferred room and staying in the 60s buildings is the fact that you're going to have access to the Disney Skyliner from here. This board's over to the Caribbean Beach Resort, and then you can transfer to either go to Hollywood Studios or the Riviera Resort and Epcot. I apologize. Those are the 3 stops. And as you can see, it is right over here. And just a quick ride over. Interestingly enough, Pop Century shares this with the Art of Animation Resort, which is literally across the way. Very cool. There she goes. Now we are finally coming up onto the 50s buildings. Now, really liking the bowling pin staircases. I think that's a nice touch. And the fact that you can see out of them a little bit better than the yo-yos and the Rubik's Cubes. But I would think maybe this would be the next best option if you were not able to stay in the 60s buildings. I mean, I'd like to stay in the 50s buildings. I feel like I should have been born in the 50s. But, whew. Here's something for the Pittsburghers. In 1959, Frank Lloyd Wright's creation, the Guggenheim Museum, opens in New York City. So at the 1950s, you're gonna find a larger-than-life jukebox playing all kinds of cool tunes, a bowling pin pool, which hopefully I can show you a bird's eye view in a minute, but also there's Beautiful Lady, the Doghouse, and my favorite, the Tramp. And this is because the Lady and the Tramp, believe it or not, came out in 1955. How incredible is that? I would not have realized it. One of my favorite movies growing up. So across the way is our favorite Scamp the Tramp. And then it is literally a bowling pin. So if you ever wanted to swim in a pool in the shape of a bowling pin, you gotta come to Pop Century Resort. Love it. And of course, because it's near and dear to my heart, I am just in love with that jukebox over there. Now it is at night, so I'm hoping it comes out okay in video, but man, we should have stayed here. It's purple, my signature color. Next time we're just gonna have to stay in the 50s. Okay, I generally don't like to show these, but this is something that you can do. You can celebrate, decorate your window at your resort. This one is genius. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to do this when Scott turns 50 in a couple of years. May the force be with us. She's turning 50. Good job, guys. Love it. Well, folks, I think that's going to wrap up our resort and room tour. As you can see, it is nightfall. I'm going to enjoy that pool for just a little bit longer before it closes at 11, and hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give this video a like. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification button so you know that when we have new videos ready to view. And also, check out our Facebook and our Instagram pages. We like to do updates on that real time as to where we are, what we're doing, what specials or exciting things are happening within the parks and elsewhere in the world. So, as always, are you ready for your next Plum Crazy adventure? Because I'm ready to get you. Wait a minute. Yeah, there. That's where I'm ready to get you. Sorry about that, guys. Still figuring this out. Have a good night, y'all. Okay, I don't know about you, but I did not see my kid just do that, so I don't know where they're getting these things from.